We've got our first look at the next Star Wars film. A few hours ago, the first trailer for the next Star Wars film, The Mandalorian and Grogu, was released. The Mandalorian film, which will hit theaters next year in May, and is intended to continue the story from the series. I thought the trailer was pretty good, however there were also a lot of interesting details in the trailer that I easily overlooked. So here's a video with 10 things you missed in the new Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. Right at the beginning of the trailer we see this starship flying through the sky. That looks a lot like the Razor Crest, the ship of Mando in Season 1 and at the beginning of Season 2. But if you remember, the Razor Crest was blown up by Moff Gideon's ship in the middle of Season 2. And this doesn't seem to be a flashback. That means that Mando probably ditched his N1 starfighter, or the N1 starfighter got destroyed and he went back to the same design he used earlier. I'm not really sure if I like it or not. The later Mandalorian seasons and the Book of Boba Fett already undid a lot of development of the series, and this just seems to be a bit more of nostalgia baiting. But it doesn't stop with this Razor Crest type ship. Mando has his iconic weapon back. The huge Amban phase pulse rifle, which he also used in Season 1, for example to disintegrate the Yavas, he uses here in the trailer. Of course, this weapon is really old in Star Wars. We've already seen it in 1978 in the animated portion of the holiday special, where it is used by Boba Fett. Again, a really cool weapon for Mando, but it seems a bit backward. Here, behind these two epic battle or gladiator droids, junk droids, whatever, you can see this symbol. Some of you might have recognized it already, but that is the symbol of the Hutts, or the Hutt cartel's Hutt Empire. Because, of course, we see a certain Hutt in this trailer. No one else but Rotta the Hutt. Of course, we've seen Rotta before, but back then he looked a lot different. The little baby Huttling, the son of Jabba the Hutt in the Clone Wars movie, seems to have grown a lot and is now some kind of gladiator in an arena. And by the way, if you like the content and want to keep up to date in the future about The Mandalorian and Grogu and other Star Wars projects, feel free to subscribe so you'll always see my videos. We also get a brief glimpse of some kind of dogfight. This Razor Crest seems to be chased by 3 other starfighters, and these starfighters look familiar. They're blurred heavily, but I think these are Vulture droid starfighters. Starfighters the Trade Federation used in The Phantom Menace and the Separatists used later in the Clone Wars. That would mean that there might be some Separatist pockets somewhere left, or that some pirates, mercenaries, or even the Empire got hand of some of these epic starfighters. We also see some creatures, monsters in this trailer, and we can identify a few. This creature that pops up is one of a species called Amanin. They first appeared in Return of the Jedi, although I never really recognized them there. But if you look closely, there's one just standing right in front of Han Solo frozen in carbonite. And this monster in the arena, which gets attacked by Mando, is a really cool Easter egg. That is a Mantalian Sevrib, and you might know the look of this monster, because Mantalian Sevribs are used as one of the Dejarik pieces, the hollow chess, in the Millennium Falcon. Of course, we also see some AT-ATs walking around there, and we had gotten a look at them at some leaked trailers that leaked a few months earlier, but these aren't normal AT-ATs like we know them, for example, from The Empire Strikes Back. They look a bit different because these are the Rebels type AT-AT that we first saw in the Rebels TV series and that also showed up in Jedi Fallen Order. We can see that the trailer shows us already a lot, but not only the trailer was released a few hours ago, but also an official poster. And there are a few details in the poster that don't show up in the trailer, like this AT-RT we've also seen in this leaked trailer a few months earlier, which is this Republic Walker we see briefly in Revenge of the Sith, but a lot more in the Clone Wars. And in the bottom left corner, we see something else really cool. Because it seems that not only we'll see Rota the Hutt, but other Hutts as well. These two look like the Hutt twins from the Book of Boba Fett. I always thought that these Hutt twins were quite cool in the Book of Boba Fett and that they didn't get enough screen time there, so it seems that they will get more screen time here, and I'm quite intrigued to know what their part will be. Will there be the new antagonists? Will Mando have to fight against them? Or will they pose as some sort of client and Mando gets a job from them? What do you think? And what did you think about the trailer overall? Let me know in the comments. It seems to be that there will be a lot about the Hutts in the movie, and if you'd like to know why the Empire did so little against the Hutts, check out the linked video here in the end card. Have a great day and may the Force be with you.